Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm sure you can appreciate the mow because it is Movember right now. And this is basically what I can get. We are going to epoxy coat a garage floor. This is new, built by HQ. And it's like one of the most real times in my life where I was like, okay, now we're an adult. We actually own a house. Every time you've ever seen us working on cars or anything like that, it's always in Dean's shed where the hoists are and it's all nice and pretty, or just my mum and dad's garage where it's literally my mum and dad's garage. Whereas now we have our own garage. And the first thing we're gonna do is epoxy coat the garage floor because I said to myself, if we don't do it now, it'll just never get done. The Stag, she's looking for a new home. The Stag, which is like one of the probably my favorite car of all time. It's been a work ute for the last few days. I'll chuck a few photos up on the screen. I've like packed it like full of, like, it looks like a tradies truck. But what we're gonna do first up is we need to acid etch this floor. So what you do is you get hot water and this etch stuff that's in the packet, mix it together, and then hose all this down, scratch it in with a hard bristle brush, and then squeegee it all out. Then it needs to dry for what they say, like I think it's like 72 hours. The concrete needs to be extremely dry. I'm probably gonna put a heater in here as well just to completely dry it out, because if there's any moisture at all, even though it's surface touch dry, if there's any moisture at all underneath it, your epoxy coat's just gonna lift up, so no good. So first up, acid etch this whole floor. Come on. After you like mix the colors together, you get these like glittery flakes, and you can like put them down as you like. I have a little bit of an idea for this, so when we get to that part, I'll show you what I actually mean. I don't want to like just throw them down with my hands. I'd like them to be perfectly spread, and I have a little idea of how I'm going to do that. So, 10 litres of hot, that is proper hot water. We have this stuff that comes in the packet. It's called concrete etch. And basically you just pour the whole of it in here and stir it up with the stirrer that they include. So it's been 3 minutes, and you can see this is a brand new slab, and you can see like the brown sheet coming out of it. So this is like an acid etch to get all of that out, so that when you lay the epoxy down, it actually takes. So now I've got to rinse this off, squeegee it out, and then repeat that exact process for the other 3 corners of the room. And we are back. It is now 72 hours later, and the garage is dry. I even actually got a heat gun and ran around the outside of the sills. I also got my trusty painter's tape. That took me a little while to do, but obviously you've got to prep that perfectly so that you have a really nice line. I even did one across the front there, across that front edge, where the garage door will close. And now, oh, shout outs. Don't forget, you can get Built by Blake shirts at the Built by Co website now, so make sure you do that. If you guys like what you see and you want to support the channel, Now, we are mixing up the epoxy. We're at the f***ing scary part. I have to hope that both of those tins fit in that bucket, and I'm not sure that they're going to. And then I will go around and do all of the edges with this paintbrush, and then I will roll it with that big roller. So let's start mixing. Now that we're waiting for that to set, I thought I would talk about my little genius idea. So with this kit, when you lay the epoxy down, you have this fleck. And this is like a fleck that really what they say to do is you just get some in your hand and you throw it around. I was really anxious and nervous that like if you just throw a big clump and it lands, you're fucked. Like you're not picking that back up and it's gonna look like shit. I had this idea of getting this thing, which is just like a fertilizer sprayer. It has a little hole in the bottom of it, like that. And you can have a little trigger here. And then this thing on the very bottom here spins like that. So if you just put all of your glitter in here and go, it sprays like perfect every time. So anyway, let's rip into it. Alrighty, we've done the annoying part, I guess. Now I'm gonna get the big roller and quarter at a time and then sprinkle my little pretty flakes on it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, 1/4 done, and I'm super stoked, as you can probably tell, because my little, method of spreading the flakes, look at that. It looks like, it's just perfect. It just nails it, and it looks so good. I'll film it on the next one, and then and you'll see how just perfect it works. So. Here we go, take 2 with the chips and the spinny thing. I got the GoPro going so you guys can watch from there.
Several days later.
All right, so we are back, and it is 2 weeks, I can't remember. I have since done all my downlights, which look wicked, but the room is filling up. We're going to have bench tops changed yesterday, but we are up to the fun part of taking off this tape. I've already done that wall and that wall, and the floor itself
just looks insane. It looks like a showroom floor. Truly, bang for buck and ease to do, this would have to be one of the best things I've ever done. It looks like a car dealership floor. I could eat off this floor. I'm kidding, that would be gross. Insert a little cameo just there about me actually eating off the floor. So I'm going to take some of this tape off now and then we will wrap all of this up. Alright, so she's all off now. Everything is Mickey Mouse and it looks sweet. It is actually so cool to finally have my own garage and just somewhere to have my own space, this is wicked. Lessons learned, 2 things. Lesson 1, instead of using 20mm tape, I would use like a 50mm 2-inch tape because if you get any of the epoxy up onto the sills, which I did in some areas, like just that there, see a little bit of grey? It is very, very durable and very hard to get off. So that'll be my fun thing to try and sort out. But and lesson number 2 isn't really a lesson as it is just a really good tip. Go to Bunnings while you're getting the epoxy floor kit and buy one of the sprayers. That was 100% the game-changing perfect finish as to how it looks now. As a really good example of that, I couldn't get the gun because it was all wet in here. I was trying to stand in that door and get it out, and so I got just one part of the flake with my hand and just threw it out, and it doesn't look too bad. But if you compare, say, that to that part there, see that really high concentration of flake there? It doesn't look too bad because it's only that one spot. But you imagine if you had to do that over the whole floor, you would get very mismatched parts. So get one of those things, walk around and spray it like you're fertilizing your lawn, it'll look mint. But yeah, apart from that, we're just gonna be kitting out this garage and just doing our thing and finally getting our own space. So thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you give it a like, it helps a ton. And yeah, we can't wait to put the stag in here. It's gonna look so sick. Just got a stag over in that corner and all my tools and everything just, big 62-inch TV up on that wall. Oh my God. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Ever since you shut the door on everything we knew, you're too late for love,
Believe it or not, but garlic bread pizza doesn't come in the kit. That's hot as fuck. Oh, it's so fucking hot. It's really good though.